The Spectrum Sports Desk is brought to you by Spectrum Mobile. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today.
The Yankees will have something to play for on Sunday. A win over the Marlins or a Blue Jays loss, and they will be the 5th seed. They could also drop down to the 8th seed, which means facing the Tampa Bay Rays in the first round starting Tuesday. After losing 5-6, the Dr. Jekyll version of the Yankees resurfaced and mashed the Marlins. Aaron Hicks broke a 3-3 tie by porching a 2-run homer in the 6th, and then the Yankees broke through in that inning. DJ LeMahieu doubling to score 2 and likely locking up the American League batting title in the process. He'll become the first player to win undisputed batting crowns in both leagues. 4 hits, 3 RBI on his Saturday. And while we're talking about crowns, Luke Voit caps the 7-run 6th inning with his league-leading 22nd home run. Folks, that's a 59-homer pace if it were a full 162-game season. Yankees roll 11-4, and they're right. Manager Aaron Boone says this team can turn on a dime. They can. The problem is they keep having to do it lately. On this day, 5 years ago, the Mets clinched the NL East title. Today, they were eliminated in a season with expanded playoff fields to boot. Jacob DeGrom struck out 10 but gave up 3 runs in Game 1 of 2 against the Nats today. Had to win this one. 4th inning, and the ball gets all the way to the wall on the wild pitch. The Mets lead now down to 3-2. Then in the 5th, Andrew Stevenson lifting one down the left field line. Dom Smith gives chase, goes into the wall trying to glove it. And this was a scary moment as Smith stayed on the ground, shaken up. Stevenson keeps running, and he's going for the inside the park home run. Dom would stay in the game. In the 6th, the Nationals would take the 4-3 lead when Josh Harrison turns the first pitch from Edwin Diaz into the go-ahead RBI single. Mets fall 4-3. They won't reach October this year. So deflated, the Mets still had to come back and face the Nationals in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The defending world champs also will be watching this October. Trey Turner opens the scoring floodgates in the 3rd, taking Rick Porcello deep for his 11th home run, and the Nationals score all 5 of their runs in the 3rd. They drop the Mets 5-3. Porcello takes the loss, finishes just 1-7 with an ERA north of 5.5 this year. Mets had the talent to be one of the best 8 teams in the National League, just didn't have the results.
I think the goal was to win our division. That was my goal personally. I think if you ask everybody in there, that was the goal, to go out and win the division. And we weren't able to do that. So, on the second part of that question, where 8 teams go and we didn't make it, that's pretty frustrating. I think the level of disappointment is very high.
Very, very high. All right, let's go to hockey. Strange to say, but Mark Stahl is now a former New York Ranger. Traded tonight to Detroit, clearing $5.7 million in salary cap space for the Rangers. Stahl spent 13 seasons on Broadway. Tonight, Tampa Bay trying to hoist the Stanley Cup, but denied by Dallas in Game 5. This was another overtime epic. In fact, we needed 2 overtimes. The Stars gassed, but still hanging around long enough to extend this Cup final. Corey Perry opened the scoring and ends it in the 2nd OT. Stars force Game 6 Monday night with a 3-2 win. You can, of course, watch Game 6 right here on NBC4. NFL Week 3 tomorrow. Giants hosting the Niners. Jets visiting the Colts, both looking for their first wins of the season. College football, the SEC kicked off its season this afternoon. How about number 6 LSU hosting Mississippi State? Mike Leach calls his offense air raid. His transfer quarterback, KJ Costello, threw for an SEC record 623 yards and 5 touchdowns today. The Bulldogs stun the defending national champs 44-34. Back to you.
It doesn't even seem real. So many yards.